Hi ladies, so I'm back to give you guys a quick update. Today is Friday, November 28th. I think it's the 28th. I'm not sure. But it's the day after Thanksgiving. And I am cycle day 26 today. So there's a little weird things going on here and there. I've been feeling off. I've been not myself lately actually. And I just wanted to give you guys an update. So, like I said, today I am cycle day 26. On cycle day 23, which would put me anywhere between 6 or 7 DPO. I took a 1 full strip test, and I got a slight line. So slight that if you weren't really looking steady at it, you probably wouldn't see it. But knowing me, I kind of thought I had like line eyes, so I was like, no, this can't be. Plus, I feel like it's too early to even get a line. But I did my research, and people sometimes can get a line that light at 6 or 7 DPO. Very rare, but it happens. And especially depending when you ovulated. Given that, I don't know exactly when I ovulated because I was trying not to test a lot this month, and what ended up happening was I ended up getting some 1-fulls online. They got in, and when they got in, I was kind of like finishing my period, so I would test here and there. Then one day I did test, and it was almost positive, but then that same night I tested and it was negative. So I don't know if I had the positive the day before, the day before that. I don't know. So I don't know exactly when I ovulated. So that's why I'm saying between 6-7 DPO, going by my calendar, my fertility calendar. Which can sometimes tend to be wrong. I could have ovulated before. I mean, I could have ovulated more later than that. I don't know. But anyways, so yesterday, Thanksgiving Day, after I had dinner and whatever, I decided, no, in the morning I did, I'm sorry, my daughter wants her toy. Here you go, baby. I did a pregnancy test again. I did another 1-full, and at that point, I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna do. I have 2 sets of 1-fulls because I had one before and then one after, and then there are 2 different batches. So I said it can't be that both batches are bad. So I used one from the new batch that expires in 2017, and it's a total different batch. And I had a really slight line in the morning yesterday, and then before I went, Black Friday shopping, I'm like, let me just take one more, because I'm kind of like mind boggled with these really slight lines, to be honest with you, because I've never had any problem with pregnancy tests before. I've never had evap lines. I've never had anything. Like, it was either yes or no. There was never any guessing in between. So I took the one before I went Black Friday shopping, and it was more darker. Still pretty fairly light, but more visible to the eye. So I come downstairs after I took a shower, because that was while I was showering. I took the pregnancy test, put it on top of the sink. I started brushing my teeth, and I kind of see the line coming in, and it was, like I said, it was really late. So I jumped in the shower, and I literally took no longer than like a 6-minute shower, no lie, because with 2 kids and I had visitors over, I had to take a quick shower. So when I get out, I stand and I look at it, and there's a visible second line. So I come downstairs and I look at my husband. He's laying on the ground, and I'm like, it's just only me and him and his friend here, because some of the visitors had left. My sister had went back home. So I look at him and I said, how would you feel if I tell you that maybe next week we'll find out we're having another baby? And he kind of freaked out. He was like, what? And then he was like, well, if we are, we are, I would be happy. It's probably not the best thing right now for us, because we are closing on our house on Monday, which is the same day as my daughter's birthday. She'll be 1 on Monday, and I'm closing on our first home on Monday. So it can get very overwhelming, So with that being said, this morning I went up and I took another one, and there's definitely a more visible line. It's still really hard to see, because like I said, I don't know exactly how many DPOs am I. I'm here saying I'm 8 DPO. I don't know if I'm 6 DPO. I don't know how many DPOs I am. I'm going by what my calendar says. And then with the mid-cycle bleeding that I had, kind of threw me off because I've never had mid-cycle bleeding ever. And then the only other thing differently I did this month was that I started taking my maca root again. I did Vitex, and Vitex kind of messed up with messed up my cycle a little bit. It made my cycle super long. And a lot of people tell me, oh, you should have never taken it. And other people tell you, just try it, you never know. I tried it for 2 months, and I saw my first month I took it, I'm usually like a 30-day cycle, and it became like 33. And then the second month it was like 36. So I was like, oh, I don't like where this is heading, because I don't want to make my cycles longer. I want to make them or keep them where they're at. I just only want to see if it was going to help me. But then that didn't work, so I went online and I ordered my maca root. And this I used to conceive my son, believe it or not. And this helped me conceive my son. I swear by this. I go by this. I started taking it in the beginning of trying for baby number 3, and it kind of didn't do anything. But I think it's because it was in my system for so long. So I stopped taking it. I switched over to the Vitex, and then I started taking this again. And I'm probably like 95% sure that I really am pregnant. I feel little cramps here and there, and just nausea throughout the day. And I feel like crying most of the time. I'm just off. I chalk it up to crying is that my daughter's going to be 1 on Monday, and we're closing her in our house, and I'm feeling very emotional about that. But to be honest with you, sometimes I don't even know why. I start flipping out, and I'm like highly upset. I'm sorry, I'm just trying to get something to my daughter. And I'm highly upset, and I just don't know how to feel. So, I mean, with that being said, I'm going to try to hold off testing until Monday. Because that would put me anywhere between 11 and 12 DPO. And see what goes on from there. I mean, for a little bit, we kind of said, oh, we're not going to really try like that. Here goes my daughter. Kiyami. Look. Hey, baby. She's everywhere. She's tired. So we're kind of like, we're not going to really try kind of thing. And the other night, go to floor, mommy. The other night we had a discussion, me and my husband in the car, that we weren't ready to have another child right now, and we were kind of discussing what were we gonna do to prevent. And I kind of flipped out a little bit because I just don't know how to feel about everything, to be honest with you. It took me so long to have my kids that when he's like, oh, how we're going to prevent this and blah, blah, I freaked out. I'm like, what you mean prevent, it took me so long. So I'm like, well, then I'll go in and get my tubes tied, blah, blah. No. And then he's like, well, I don't want you to do anything permanent. So, here you go. He's like, I don't want you to do anything permanent. And so I said, we kind of discussed condoms. None of us like condoms, so it's kind of hard. And we just kind of like left it in the air kind of thing. So when I asked him, how do you feel if I tell you the next week we're pregnant next week, what are you going to do, And at first he was like, well, he's kind of thinking about it. And he's, it is what it is. If you are, you are. And we're just having a child. And, we'll be fine. We'll be okay. We'll get through we'll get through everything, and it is what it is. So I guess that's where I'm at right now. I don't know what's gonna happen in the next few days. I don't know if I can't say I'm 100% sure I'm pregnant, but I am probably like 95% sure. To be honest with you, not every pregnancy test that I take is gonna have a second line. I mean, there's no way the 2 different batches, and they're both giving me lines. I haven't taken any other kind of test, like I said. I won't probably take first response until probably Monday. I have to go and pick one up either way. But I haven't. I'm so tempted to run to the store and get one. I'm not even gonna lie. But I just don't want to disappoint myself. I don't want to disappoint my husband, and I just want to have a good relaxed weekend. So I'm gonna try not to worry about it. If I get a little impatient, I will go and pick it up and then make a video and give you guys the outcome of it. But for now, that's pretty much it. So I hope each and every one of you guys had a great Thanksgiving. I know that I'm in and out of my channel pretty much, but sometimes if there's really nothing to update, I just won't make a video, because in reality my channel, it is a TTC channel, but I also do a lot of makeup stuff. And I am a self-taught makeup artist. I would call myself a self-taught makeup artist. I learned on my own, and I don't know what direction this channel's gonna head, whether I'm pregnant, whether I'm not. But I mean, I appreciate each and every one of you guys that are following me, and I hope all of you guys are waiting for your BFP. You guys get your BFP, and please don't lose hope. As hard as it sounds, not as hard as it sounds, as hard as it is, and as easy as it sounds for me to say that to you guys. It took me a long time to have my kids, and a lot of patience, a lot of tears, a lot of BFNs, a lot of, you know, heartaches, disappointments. But when God decides to bless you, He's gonna do it. I mean, it's not gonna be when we want, you know. Apparently, it's when He wants and when He thinks is right. So, you know, just take it a day by day. And I hope all you guys have a great Christmas. In case I don't come back before Christmas, I'm pretty sure I will be, but just in case, have a great Christmas. And I hope you guys enjoyed your Thanksgiving with your families, with your significant others, with your kids, with, you know, your family. But for now, that's pretty much it. I'll come back and make an update as soon as I know what's going on, and just praying for the best. Bye.